should be back in biceps. One of my favorite days, I would say. Obviously, everyone always likes the chest and try back in bi days, the push pull. Um, but yeah, um, I I checked the microphone. It's working this time. I'm gonna check before my lifts again when I'm there and make sure because it was rather disconcerting last time when I kind of recorded myself throughout the whole workout and then looked back and while I was like, you could see my lips moving and you could kind of hear me talking, but not enough to make the video. So just kind of cut out a lot of the clips and then just showed like the actual working sets. But sorry, a little kid wanted the rev. And that was a nice bike too. Uh, sorry, I just keep losing my train of thought right now. But yeah, no, last time was not great. Learned from my mistakes. Gonna go and do it now. I think Kyle's gonna be at the gym too. Last time I gave him the microphone for a second, just as like a little joke. I was like, "Hey, what do you got to say to the people?" But couldn't hear him either, as you couldn't hear any of it. So coming back with vengeance should be good. Uh, I my lower back is still not feeling great because of obviously just in general it's weak, and then I did squats for the first time in a while yesterday, like barbell squats, and then I did volleyball after. I didn't go too hard at the gym, so you'll see in like that leg video where like I did some good working sets, but I didn't do as much volume as I usually do, and I didn't get like the crazy pump. I definitely got some time under tension, so I stimulated muscle growth, but I didn't kill it. And then when I went to the MYA to do volleyball, I felt pretty springy actually. It was almost like a good like pre workout to it. Maybe if I went a little less hard on like the squats, it would have been like perfect. But no, I had a. It was also our third game playing, so kind of my muscles, tendons, kind of my fast twitch were probably kind of aligning more, whatever that means. But I was feeling a little bit bouncier. So I think next week when I go, as long as I don't do legs before, I think I'll be back to what I kind of almost used to be in high school and college. And I also weigh way more now. I weigh 30 pounds more than I did then. So clearly I have some more muscle if I can kind of get to the same height, but with 30 pounds on my back. So pretty proud of myself there. Uh, yeah, I'm excited for the workout. I'm gonna try to talk a little bit before, during, and then after, but try to mainly do it during because I kind of when I was cutting up the last clip, I realized that it ends up being like a lot longer when you talk. I mean, obviously, like who would have thought? But when you kind of talk before or like during, like you don't kind of you're not as efficient. So I liked it when I was just having like 20 to 25 minute clips where it seemed like a little bit more watchable because I mean, let's be real. I just started the channel. There's not many people watching. If any watch all the way through. I know my brother and Liam probably. Liam's my brother's roommate. I'm sure they watch a little bit more than the average person, but even to them, they got day jobs. They got things to do. They can't just spend 25 minutes of their time watching the entire video. So when I'm talking during, it's going to make it more like 30, 35 minutes. So I'm sure the content will be at least a little better. So even though maybe no one will watch the whole video, it'll be the parts of the video that they do watch will be a little bit more engaging. So maybe they'll do it while like eating dinner, doing some meal prep. I know my brother's very good at doing the meal prep on the weekends, which I got to get into. I got to start, like I said in one of the last videos, I got to start counting calories, mainly counting macros, and making sure I kind of meal prep a little bit more. I feel like I'm a little bit too, I just eat out too much and then kind of get home. And I'm blessed to be at home where my mom makes dinner now, which is huge, saves a lot of time, a lot of mental energy. But again, then I can't really count the calories as well and do things like that. Although last night she made chicken gyros and she said there was like each like area or like sliver of the chicken was like 71 grams of protein, which is pretty great. And I had like one and a half, and I had half before, so it's like 140 grams of protein off like one meal. So pretty solid, and that doesn't even count the mozzarella cheese I put on top of it and things like that. So yeah, I feel like that's what I'm missing mainly. I got to diet down. I think my physique is mediocre. I'm getting there a little bit with strength. but not where I want to be. Obviously, like in today's society, it's so easy to see everything on social media. People call it gymflation, where you kind of just see people having crazy physiques and doing crazy lifts, and people think like the average bench is like 315 now, when like still 225 for even one rep is like still top 1% of even gym goers. So when you see all the crazy people like even at like Diamond Gym, that's the new trend of seeing those people go crazy on like not just heavy lifts but like volume. I think sometimes they kind of do like half reps, but regardless, they're putting in a lot of effort and a lot of time under tension. So I can't knock it at all until I try it. Not that I'm gonna do that, but should be good. There's a kid that goes to that went to my high school and UConn. His name is Will Hanford. He goes by Willie P Fit on Instagram, and he was a little bit. He's always been very tall, but he was a little bit skinnier and lanky. Not that that's a bad thing. In high school, and he was always like a beast in basketball because of his height, and he was very good at jumping. So he was a force to be reckoned with. But then over college, he filled out. He like disappeared. I mean, I was never big, good friends with him, so it was more of an acquaintance. But he was always a very nice kid. But he kind of like I never heard from him for like 2.5 years, even while I was at college. I was kind of doing my own thing with the guys in my house. But I just saw him posting on Instagram, and I was like, holy shit, this dude is massive. So he was doing like powerlifting and stuff, putting up some crazy numbers. So I actually hit him up, and he lives nearby, and he goes to the Edge in Trumbull instead of the one in. Ooh, there's a little cop there. Instead of the one in Danbury. So I hit him up, and I was like, "Yo, like let's hit a lift together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's show me the ropes a little, because I don't have like the powerlifting under my belt in any means. I don't know how to put up those numbers, and while my goal is definitely hypertrophy over strength, you can't say you don't want strength. So I would definitely like to learn some things from him. He was also posting just now. He said something about like vegetables. So clearly he has the diet much better than me. He's a lot leaner. So I gotta get some insight from him. See what he has to think. I I don't mind when people criticize me. I think it's I was saying in the last uh, during my lifts last time, like uh, Sam Solik had like a good line where he was like, even if someone criticizes you on Instagram with like hate, or like on YouTube with like hate comment, you should probably be able to like separate the hate from the criticism, or like the constructive feedback. Where it's like if someone says like, "Oh, your audio is shit, delete your channel," like don't delete your channel, and like clearly that person's probably either having a rough day, or it's just easy to be hide behind the screen and say hate online. But at the end of the day, take it as okay, maybe I should fix my audio, and like just move on with that. And I kind of going on with that, another thing Sam Sulek said, not just trying to repeat everything he says, but he was kind of like, if you're unapologetically into something, then even if someone hates on you, you're kind of more like weirded out by the fact that they're hating rather than taking it as an internal criticism. So like if you're like super into Pokemon, or like even like knitting or something, and someone's like, "Oh, that's for nerds," or like "That's stupid," like "That's for grandmas," you're like, "All right, like think what you want. Like I like this, so like it's not gonna hurt you as much and like be an attack on your character if you like genuinely like it, and like you think they're stupid for even thinking it." Which is another thing that I like about people who are just passionate about things. Where like the Luke MC, he like loves Godzilla, and he just like posts like himself like unapologetically being like raw and playing with toys as like half a joke, half brain rot, but really just that's what he's into, and I respect that. Like if you're passionate about anything, I want to hear about it. Like I love to know more about niche little areas. I think I'm a little bit of a jack of all trades, where I like to learn a lot about these small things whenever I find them interesting, or someone else finds them interesting. So yeah, I think that's a it's a really cool thing to do. And move on from that. Going to the gym, gonna hit back and by. Uh, Definitely gonna try to not hurt the lower back. Probably don't want to deadlift. Want to do some chest supported rows, some pull ups, things like that. But we'll see you in there. You'll see what I do. I'll be talking to you during it. I'll make sure it works this time. All right. This will be the first video testing to see if the audio is working on the warm up. I already tested it once, but I don't even trust it anymore. So just one plate, just to feel the motion. Make sure nothing's sore. I feel like volleyball kind of gets some movements done on your tendons that you might not even expect. Same with squatting, actually. I feel like my lat was feeling it when I was holding the bar up, so it's probably bad form. But good movement. Go at another plate. Let me see if this audio is working. All right, let's go. Audio is working. We got Nicholson working out in the background. Listening to that Kendrick Lamar edit with that low vibe. It's a new trending audio. Maybe I'll add it as one of my things. Although there's a lot of copyright laws. I feel like with CapCut, I had to use a specific audio for my stretching when I was doing like the elevator music to see if, because everything else would get copyrighted. So you gotta be careful. I even had one with the music in the background of the gym. Got me a copyright. So maybe this microphone will actually make it so you hear my voice and not the gym music. I won't have any copyright issues there. But they don't really have any issues with the copyright. You can't monetize it. Not that I am monetizing it, but you never know in the future. Got to get good habits. All right, let's go up. This feels good. All right, we're going 3 plates here. You can't really see the weight, so you're just gonna have to trust me. 3 weights each side. Keep ripping off my calluses a little on my hand, so whenever that happens, I feel like it hurts a little bit, but no pain, no gain. No gain. That might have been a little too heavy. Maybe some light ego lifting, but it felt good. Probably rip it again one more. Before I got here, I saw that old clip of, I think it's Lex Little, where he's like, "We go gym, now," and that shit's in my head. Hella funny. Good motivation there. I like the vibes. But people say, I think I just saw it on the comments. It was like he doesn't do that anymore because he's trying to take gym more seriously. I never really followed him. I think he was a little bit before my time of my lifting journey. But all right, let's get three plates. Let's try to get a good 8 reps. Let's try to maybe a good 5, and then the last 3 will be a little bit momentum. But either way, I'm telling you, I feel it in the lats. If I'm ego lifting, let me know in the comments. Hopefully my breathing's not too loud, but if it is, let me know. I'll try to edit it out a little. A little recording of Kyle without his permission. Let's get it. 2 plates. That's not easy. Nah, I mean it's even. I mean that's still pretty good. Like elbows to the side. I'm also trying to be like, I don't know. You don't get true failure unless you kind of do half reps to the end, which I don't always do. I almost never do it, but Sam always does that. No, that was solid. I think you'd be surprised. All right, I have not done this one in a while. Usually I have pretty decent range of motion on this. My long arms usually limit me from being able to do full ROM on a lot of chest supported machines, and they don't have a lot of good ones here at the edge, but this one seems to be decent. Especially if I kind of sit back as I do it. This is 135. All right, should be a little warm up. Love the stretch at the bottom. Let's go up and weight. Currently listening to Amazing, Kanye West, from his 808s and Heartbreak album. So amazing. It's amazing. Very classic. There's a few really good songs in here. Love Lockdown, amazing. Obviously the classics, but let's get it. Should probably do this script in one of them, but I don't get as far of a stretch. Maybe I'll do that. It's a little wide. Little regrip there. I feel like no matter what the weight, once I get to like 8 reps, I'm usually pretty shot, regardless if it's light or heavy. But I think that was a good weight, actually. I'll probably keep it there. Try to do the wider grip, see if it has a good range of motion. I just went back and watched one of the videos. Still working, but I think the microphone is pointed down a little, and I'm a little subconscious about talking to myself, so I try to be a little bit more quiet, but can't be doing that. Gotta speak loud and clearly. Gonna try to hit this wide grip, see how it is. Do I go here? Here, probably here. I don't know how I feel about this wide grip. Ooh, I might join you after. I'm actually probably gonna. I feel like I'm hitting myself from the side with the other handles. 2 more. Let's not kill ourselves in this machine. Let's go join Kai with the lat pull downs. I have trouble getting the camera set up sometimes. Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe a little too heavy. Can't be ego lifting on the lat pull down. Honestly, probably still an ego lift. I gotta go down to 70 next time. Good mind-muscle connection there, though. We'll let Kyle get a video in. Look at this PT guy. Perfect form. Favorite variation of this is when you can kind of put this like lower on like the raise thing, and you get a bench, little incline, and you lean back on the bench and grab it, and you can do a full over. That's my favorite, but then you need a bench. Take away someone's ability to do something else. There's not enough free benches here to go around. Yeah, that's perfect weight. Sometimes I use the cables over there on the other side of the gym, and they have more pulleys, so you think you're doing heavier than you are. That was a good one. try to be a little cinematic with it, change the angle so people aren't seeing the same thing over and over. Now, this is usually one of the best back exercises. A lot of people have trouble like targeting your lats specifically, so this is fire. I might try to do some pull-ups after this, but I'm a little heavy where like I can only do like 4 to 5 good pull-ups and then I'm shot, and I'm like, I gotta work on it in that situation. But dude, he's such a beast. I cannot believe he did fucking 7, 8 reps of 405. I mean, they weren't like completely full ROM, but it was pretty good. And then he got it up at the ass rep easily. So ooh. Ooh, that was some good burn. All right, Willie P Fit had a story on his Instagram where he was like, "You don't need straps." So I'm gonna attempt this without straps. Usually I use straps. Shout out Will. Shout out Will Hanford. No straps today. We'll see how it goes. Definitely a little harder without straps. Definitely at least a little. All right, let me change this angle so you're not looking at my butt. I apologize for breathing into the mic. I will do my best not to, but no promises. Gonna try to superset this with Kyle. Get some dumbbell bicep curls. We could probably do this. Oh, 100? I'm not, I'm gonna say no. Oh, 70. 70. You got it. You could always go lower if it's too much. I lost count of my bicep curls. All right, whatever. It's a superset. I'll go harder on my next one. You got that light work. Oh, good framing, actually. Yeah, you got that. How many did you do? Yeah, I only did 8 too, so that's all. I try not to use the momentum, but you got to explode on the way up. You got to explode. So as long as you can control on the way down, explode on the way up, I think it's good. I don't know. Comment if you think I'm wrong. Textbook form. I don't know who wrote the textbook, but shout out them. Shout out the textbook. Try to get 6 good ones. See, it's good not to use the straps there, but I feel like I was gonna drop it, so I had to stop. Whatever. I won't change the camera angle. You can look at my butt. think the form is a little worse on my right side, but it could also be because I'm exerted from doing the first set. I had to move to a different bench because the sun was in my eyes on the other side where Kyle was doing it. Ooh. I don't know why I put this to my knees. I'm gonna try and lean back, keep my elbows up. One more. Ooh, that face was something. I'm having trouble going bicep to this because this is a lot of bicep too. Last attempt with the tripod rows. I'm gonna do it the other side this time. Really tempted to pull out the scraps for this, but fuck it, we can get 6. Can muster the strength, I think. I might have gotten 8 there, but I don't know. It's hard to hold on to it. I think that side's a little stronger. At this gym, we have a few people that look like bodybuilders, kind of, or remind me of bodybuilders. Like, there's a personal trainer here named Blair, Grizzly Blair, I think on Instagram. He's a beast. But I always say he's got the same vibe as Mike Israel. And there's a guy who's always here in a wheelchair, which I just kind of associate with Ronnie Coleman. So, Ronnie and Mike. Biceps feeling a little tired today. I was just telling Kyle, I'm gonna need gym nemesis here, and he's so strong. I thought I was a beast for doing 2.5 plates on this, and I was on the treadmill the other day. He was doing 3.5. Gotta be better. Maybe could have done a little bit more, but let's push on the next one. If I could cut down to like 190, we'll get there eventually. Oh, we go a little heavier. I saw like a video on like Instagram of like a girl being like, I wish I was one of the big gym bros. I wonder what the 45-pound weights feel like. They feel like 5s. I mean, that's definitely not true. They're still heavy, but high key, yeah, that's probably kind of true. Kind of throw them around, feel like a little bit of a beast until someone bigger walks in. Are you gonna do another on this? Word. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm done on this. I might do one more exercise. Nice. Let's go. I got a little sidetracked. I was talking to a homie I haven't met about One Piece. You gotta sit and talk. It's been crazy recently. The Elbaf, the God Valley arcs in the manga, and then even just Egghead right now with the Vegapunk announcement and stuff. It's just the world starts so small and just opens up so much. There's so many good theories. So, all right, back to it. We can do some single arms. This is one of my favorites because I feel like I can really stretch the lats here. I'm usually maxing out the height of the machine, so I sit down here. I'm sure I can kneel, but I prefer this. I usually use straps on this as well, but really trying to try no straps today, not be a bitch about it. I lost track on my right side, so hopefully I did 8. Probably not. Probably do 1 or 2 more of these. All right, I think I got some pretty decent volume today. Maybe a little bit more could have done, but did do volleyball yesterday, so just do 1 more set each side and try to get to failure. I'm also trying not to make the video too long, especially with me talking between. It's probably going to be like 40 minutes, so we'll work on the timing, but for now, let's just get to failure. All right, grip failure at least. Oh my. Yeah, I kind of missed the strap. Whatever. One more. All right, this wraps. Then do 20 to 30 minutes on the incline treadmill and 10 minutes in the sauna. See you in the car. Back in Bi, went very good. Got to work out with Kyle for most of it, which was pretty chill. We had a good workout. It was nice to be able to kind of talk to someone and have a little bit of rest between sets. When I got back to my car, there was a C7 Z06 parked next to me, so I took a few pictures. I was pretty stoked, and then as I was in the car waiting, kind of letting it warm up and just on my phone, kind of getting things ready, he came back to the car, and I said what's up to him. His name is Nick, and he goes to the gym here a lot, so hopefully I'll see him around. Hopefully, all right, I'll let this person go. Hopefully I see him around. I love his car. It's a Z06, so it's the supercharged version of mine, so technically better, and his is all black, so I like the look a lot, and he had a stage 3 spoiler, but I can't hate on my car at all. I love the collector's edition. I love the blue a lot. I feel like it's a little bit more unique than most cars. I mean, it is. It's numbered technically, but yeah, no, it was cool to see that, and it was a good workout overall. I was trying to make sure that my audio was still working throughout the workout, and I think it was. I'm sure I was breathing heavy into the mic. I know I said that a few times, but I gotta work. I don't know. I'll go back and listen. I'll see if it was that bad. But I noticed the mic quality. It's not like the best ever. It wasn't like an expensive mic, so I'm not really super surprised about that. I'll definitely probably in the car I'll not use the mic because it seems to be alright. What are these people doing? Fucking whatever. Patience. But yeah, no, in the car I'll probably not use the mic because I think the phone audio is actually a little bit better than the microphone. But I mean, in the gym, of course, when I'm walking away, you can't hear anything. And also with a copyright, with the music playing at the gym in the background, depending how loud it is, will be flagged on YouTube, which is a little annoying. But I mean, it makes sense. People worked hard to make their music, so they gotta earn royalties or whatever on anytime someone uses it, which is also pretty nice about Instagram. I think you can't monetize Instagram posts if you use copyrighted music, but it lets you do it, and then you get more views on the reels and stuff, so it's good to do. I'm sure there's non-monetized music or non-copyrighted commercial music for free use on Instagram. It's probably all the trending audios that everyone uses so that you can kind of get the trends, hit the algorithms, but then still monetize your stuff. I'm just trying to, I follow like Alex Eubanks business and stuff. I was actually even DMing his Instagram account where he was like tells people how to build their personal brand, but I don't really have any money to invest in myself yet. I need to get a job first or save up money some other way. So I can't really do anything like that yet, if that would be worth it. But his business account at least he just gives a lot of general tips, basically kind of telling you how to hook the video and do visual cues and things like that, which I'm not really great at. I feel like I kind of like to be authentic with the content. Not that doing hooks and like that is unauthentic, but I had to brainstorm some ways to kind of add the hook or something into it. I feel like it usually has to be like a fail or some kind of like loud or quick movement, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll look into it. But for now, I'm just gonna keep trying to progress a little bit at a time, which I'm doing. I think I was getting a little bit better with the camera angles. I switch it up. I was able to work out with Kyle with the audio working this time, so a little progress here and there. It's Thursday, so we get Thursday night trivia at New Asylum. Pretty stoked about that. I was supposed to go last week, which was like the day before Halloween, where we wore costumes, but I kind of got sidetracked with a call about a job, and I just spent a lot of time at the gym. So by the time I got home and started eating, I looked at it and I was like, oh wait, I missed trivia. But it's okay, things happen. So I'm gonna go this week. I told my friends that I'd have a beer there, like an IPA. I usually don't even drink beers at all. I kind of go with like the Sun Cruiser or Surfsides. Just not a big beer guy. I don't really like to drink in general, especially nowadays when I'm like working out. I feel like it's kind of wasteful to like work out for such a long time and eat fairly healthy and hydrate and then go and drink. It kind of negates a lot of the gains that I'm attempting to get. So I've been avoiding drinking, but I'm also not going to be like a cutthroat person where I can't have fun with the guys. It's a good way to go to trivia. I mean, I could go to trivia and not drink, but that guy go. But yeah, no, I was gonna go to trivia and just not drink, but that's what one of my friend Jake does. He doesn't drink at all, so he just goes and gets cream soda. So I've done that before, but it's okay. I could have one or two. It's not gonna kill me. So yeah, I'm gonna go to trivia, have a good time with the guys, a little post-back day, and then my mom said she got steak and rice for me. So huge. Pretty stoked about that. So yeah, it was a good day. I kind of called it this morning. I was like, I think it's gonna be a good day, and I believe it was. I mean, it wasn't like anything super exciting happened where I was like, oh my god, that was amazing, but it was a good day. So I applied to a different job up in Skaneateles, New York, for a company called Baxter. But I don't know, I apply to a lot of jobs all the time, and usually you kind of seem a little bit lost in the applications. It kind of helps to have an in. I sent a message to someone who was a UConn alumni for Medtronic, where I said I applied to Medtronic for 2 positions, and I told them what positions and where, and he said he would try to get my resume on the desk. So it feels like I have a decent resume for biomedical engineering. I have my master's, but a lot of the job market today is just not amazing. So there just seems to be a lot of people that are somewhat qualified, or the positions are requiring a lot of experience. And I have my experience from being my thesis work, but not at like a legit big company where they have like standardized ISO standards and things like that, ISO. So just got to try to get my application on people's desks and not be lost amongst like the 800 applicants that are on almost like every LinkedIn and Indeed job post. You can always filter by recency, which I've been doing a little bit, but I don't know. It just takes time. Can't be too mad at myself. It's just the way that the job market is, and as long as I'm able to kind of hit the gym and be productive, try to make progress in that while also applying to jobs, I think that's good for my mental health. And I don't know, mental health is key. When I was younger, I was always like, oh, you got to make money in your job, and it's good to make money, and you need money to be stable. But at the end of the day, it's just you got to be happy. I mean, you don't get to keep your money in the grave like that Drake song. You don't get to do that. When you die, it's gone. So you might as well spend it or use it or set up people for the future that makes you happy. But it's all about happiness. It's all about being content. You don't want to be lazy, but you want to be content and happy. So whatever brings you that, as long as you, I mean, usually you have to work to feel happiness or feel contentment. But I think I'm doing that. I think I'm not too upset with myself, even though the job market is not going great for me. But I'm sure it's not going great for a lot of people. And I'm very blessed to be able to be supported by my parents while I'm looking. So I'm sure it's much harder for people who are kind of scraping together money day by day, trying to just make it while applying to jobs. And also the government shutdown. I have a cousin who's part of Secret Service, and he just got into it, so he doesn't have a ton of money saved up, and they haven't been paid in 30 days. So I feel bad for other people. I have it pretty good. I can't complain. So just got to keep making progress in the gym, trying to grow this account for whether it be business in the future or just fun and good to kind of see my progress over time. Or maybe when I have kids, they can go back and look at my YouTube videos and say, haha, look what my dad was doing back in the day. So I don't know, some inner thoughts I have. But tomorrow's a rest day, so I won't be making a video tomorrow. But after that, it's shoulders, which I'm a big fan of shoulders. So shoulders, legs, arms, rest is what's coming up. So if you can hold me to that, I will stay firm on that. So 9, 10, 11, shoulders, legs, arms, and then rest. So I'll see you next time at shoulder day, and I'm going to try to continue recording during, but we'll see how long the videos get. I got to cut those down. I'm sure it's taking too long, and I've already rambled on too long now. So I will see you next time. End video.